Dave and Jason and the athletic department staff just did, I think, a great job with the viewing today, and just created a lot of excitement and did it a lot different than I think that we did last year. So it's a thrill to sit in there and be a part of it, and obviously it's an exciting matchup. The NCAA tournament tends to do it that way.
Can you recap the scene of what it was like when UConn's name was called and you saw the opponent?
It's a thrill, because you just, and it never gets old. It's what you play for the whole year, is to put yourself in the tournament and then get the best possible seed. So it's brings you back to being like a little kid, and then the unknown is like, who am I going to play? Where are we going to be? What's our seed? It's a rush. It's a rush.
And do you know Rick pretty well?
He recruited, they recruited St. Benedict's, going back from the 5-star days, and then he recruited, a couple players from my program at Benedict's, that Samardo Samuels, Chris Smith, JR's brother. So.
Got Talik on the staff?
Talik, I should have took everything from him and had him shred it in front of me. I just thought about that, so I didn't think about Talik.
We talked about just getting out of the Big East, different opponents, different refs, that kind of stuff, and obviously you worked in Portland. Do you think that's going to be a good benefit for you, hopefully? Yeah,
we've been a good tournament team, or a great tournament team early, and then, even in the Big East tournament, even as poorly as we played offensively, we still had a chance to play for that championship. So I think we've proven ourselves to play well in tournaments. We're just excited to be going to Albany. I think we had a pretty good idea we'd be going to Albany. And then I think even today in the preparation, I think you're aware of who you could play. So it's a good thing that we got in here and worked on some things versus pressure.
Was 4? Did you think you could be a 3, or was 4?
I thought there was, based on pretty much every metric. Some of the weird things that happened though is for our league this year that hurt is, like, I think Villanova ends up a 76 in the net today. So a quad 1 and a quad 2 yesterday became a quad 2 and 3 today, and then Seton Hall finishing outside the top 75 just probably hurts a little bit of the metrics. Providence, I would think that the Providence game was a quad 1 in this quarter. So there was a lot of things I think like that that probably kept us on the 4 seed line, where just didn't have enough quad 1 chances for us.
Dan, do you want the guys to have a short memory and forget the Marquette game, or do you want them to remember the mistakes they made so they don't repeat them? Yeah,
we left that in New York. We watched it. It's funny, I got a text from Gino Saturday night, last night. Forget it, burn it. And I just texted him back, too late. We watched it, and we had to. We had to watch how close we were to beating the Big East champion, while having while not being anywhere near our best. So I wanted to see it more as an encouraging thing, as disappointing as it was to lose. Hey fellas, we were one made great look away from taking the lead and maybe holding on to get to the finals, playing at a very not great level.
Well, can you sum up just what you feel as a coach right now with pressure, opportunity? Yeah. This is the week you have circled all year back in June.
Yeah. You try to get to a point, as quickly as that. The Big East tournament's so emotional, and however that goes for you, has a little bit of a lingering effect until you kind of wake up today, and that today feels like Christmas for a college coach. When I was a high school coach at St. Benedict's, the only reason why I got into college was, I think, watching the selection show one of my last years at St. Benedict's, and I said to my wife, I want to coach in that tournament. And I played in it. I played in the Sweet 16 against Duke, and played in it almost every year as a player. I want to coach in it. And that's really the only reason why I applied for the job at Wagner, and now I'm coaching here as a 3 seed or 4 seed and having such a great year. It's like it's a dream come true for a coach to coach in this thing, to be in the tournament and to have a team that has the quality that could advance it.
How do you handle the practice schedule this week? Do you practice the same way as in the regular season?
Well, we had a feeling today. I had a hunch that we were going to play a team that pressed some, and that so we got in today and did some light skill work and some shooting and worked on some offensive things, and it worked against pressure. And then you dial back the length of practice because you are who you are at this time of year. It's about keeping these guys. I think for us, it's about the mental part, creating the joy and the excitement of playing in a tournament and not, not being an uptight team. I think we were an uptight team last year. The year before, during the COVID NCAA tournament, that was such a strange experience that it's nothing like last year's experience. I mean, I just want my guys to be that perfect combination of intensity and playing with swagger and confidence.
Why do you think they'll be able to handle it better, Dan? What about this group do you like?
Personalities. Obviously they've had I think the overall body of work with the season has been stronger. I mean, it was an outside chance where they finish top 10 in the country and in the poll tomorrow, top 12 maybe at worst, I'd imagine. So we've played a complete, better season. Obviously, we've got the tournament victory early in the year, which I'll remind the group of many times. So I just think the personalities, though, at the offensive end, I think we've got guys that, will let it rip, and then some players that the Andres, the Adamas that are older and very confident.
Dan, how do you embrace the challenge of going up against the Hall of Fame coach, 2 championships, coach the Knicks, coach the Celtics? How do you embrace that?
Yeah, I think it's this time of year, it's just great teams and great coaches. If you're going to try to find a team, that isn't well coached and that isn't really good or that you can lose to, then there's a bad tournament for you. Especially if you're probably a 2 seed or worse in this one. You've got some very, very challenging games.
Dan, what have you seen from Adama and Andre the last couple of days? I know they were hurt after losing for the third straight.
I just think for Andre, I think the frustration is that he didn't really get a crack at it. On Friday. It was basically almost a no play, just getting himself in foul trouble, eliminated one of our best players and the heart and soul of the team. So I think he promised the group he won't be in foul trouble the rest of the way, so that was nice. I just think that Adama saw the missed opportunities for us the other day. There's so many chances for us to win that game with everything going on, and his determination level right now, I think, is super high.
How about Jordan? He was very distraught, obviously, at the game of the night.
Yeah, I think it was a learning opportunity. I think Prosper. They sometimes you credit the other guy. I mean, they had some long athletes that made it very hard on him, and then when he got good looks, I think he learned from it. I think it was a great opportunity going into this tournament to feel a different level of game pressure. And when you get into that now this week, I as big as a quarterfinal game is at the Garden, that semi-final game is bigger. And I think it just prepares him for Friday.
And how familiar are you with Iona? I should know the coach's style and everything. But.
Yeah, I mean, you watch him. Talik, now that you mentioned, is over there. And it's, I think you're always watching the teams in your region, on TV whenever you can. I saw them play against Princeton earlier in the year. Tremendous backcourt. Both guys averaging over 15 a game. Center that's averaging near a double-double. Pressing type of style, really gritty. They're going to get after you and play really, really hard. And one of the things that happened to us on Friday was Marquette got after us in a way that we weren't expecting, and that's really good preparation for a team the way Iona plays.
What do you think of the Big East's overall draw? Providence 11, Creighton 6. You got a 2 and a 3.
Yeah,
pretty.
I thought Xavier got a good one there.
Yeah.
I thought Xavier should be pleased. Obviously, they give a lot of weight to to either get into the championship or beating us both times. That must have weighed a lot for them to get that last 3 spot, which is fair. And obviously, it was good to see Marquette get rewarded. They deserved it with the regular season, and winning the conference championship, especially with the way they won it on Saturday. The scoring was like, whoa.
You didn't watch it?
No, I couldn't watch that. There's no chance. I watched the other ones. I watched Duke and Virginia, and I started watching teams we could play. And so.
Yeah, I know your focus is going to be elsewhere, but can you appreciate the fact that when fans see UConn, Iona, it's kind of like a juicy storyline?
Yeah, listen, this is it's sports and it's entertainment. I mean, it's this is all about creating. You have 2 different things going on. You have a group of people like myself, the coaches and the players, who this consumes your whole life, right? The mission, winning, losing, succeeding, failing together. It's your life. It's your, it's everything. And then you also have the fans who, for them, this is either they're diehards or they love sports. And we have a responsibility to give them what they want, which is dramatic games and storylines, and especially March Madness. I'm just shocked that I thought I was going to be a 3 playing Iona with then Arizona State as the 11-11 with somebody else from my past. That's the only surprise for me.